Burns, and we're here with episode 4 of WWE Reviews with Tom Burns. I want to apologise for the lateness of this episode. I'm recording it. I'm recording it not long before this week's WWE Monday Night Raw. I want to apologise for taking so long to get this out. It's been a hectic week with work and stuff like that. I've worked different shifts. And on my days off I've just been sleeping and chilling out, and I've just been really tired, so I haven't really felt up for recording it, but I wanted to make sure it was done before Raw was on tonight. It's not even Raw tonight, what am I on about? I'm thinking it's Monday and it's not. It's Monday tomorrow, ignore me. I wanted to make sure it was done before Raw tomorrow night, so wanted to make sure of that. It's been a week since Hell in a Cell. Well, it will be a week since Hell in a Cell, because it was this time last week, or not this time last week, but it was this day last week that Hell in a Cell was on. So yeah, I wanted to do the Hell in a Cell review and the Raw review. In fact, I'm not even going to do the Raw review this week, because for the simple reason that I didn't even watch it last week. I only know kind of what happened in the first hour. I know who won what match, but I didn't watch the matches, so I can't actually do a review of Raw. So we're going to stick to Hell in a Cell for this episode, and then from the next episode onwards, I'll be doing the Raw reviews again. I apologise about that, but I just didn't watch it, so it would be, if I was to do a review of it, it'd just be fake because I haven't watched it. So anyway, let's begin. So I won't talk about the kickoff show because I didn't watch it. Never do. So we'll go straight on to we'll also go straight on to the Hell in a Cell match between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. Now, this Hell in a Cell match was very good. It kind of, with some of the stuff that happened in the match, it kind of took me back to the Attitude Era and what kind of things to do in the Attitude Era, especially the part where Randy Orton put a screwdriver through Jeff Hardy's, ear, in the hole in his ear, and started twisting his ear. Now that is just something straight from the Attitude Era. I don't care what you say, that really is something straight from the Attitude Era. So yeah, great match, great finish, a solid 8 out of 10. Also, there's a rumour going around that Randy Orton was supposed to RKO Jeff Hardy through the table, but he pushed himself away from the table too much and couldn't get back in time. So Jeff Hardy just went straight through the table. That was a rumour that I've read, but obviously there's no solid proof to that. That's just a rumour that I've read. So yeah, so the solid 8 out of 10 for that match. Great match. So yeah, I thought that Randy Orton was going to win that match, so my prediction was right. So anyway, we move on to the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Now this match pissed me off a little bit, but I'll get to that in a minute. So it was a good match, in fact a great match. I knew it would be, because them two are two of the most talented women in the WWE at the moment, so I knew it would be a great match. And then it went back and forth. Becky Lynch was softening up the arm for what looked like she was going to finish with the disarmer. It looked like that's what she was going to go for at the end, because that's why she softens people's arms up. Basically what happened at the end, and this is what pissed me off, the ending pissed me off, not because Becky Lynch won, because I don't have a problem with Becky Lynch winning. I think she deserves it. I think she's a great talent. I don't hate her because she's heel. I just think that it was just a shitty way for the match to end, but I'll get to it now. So the match ended, basically Charlotte went for a spear, Becky reversed it, got the 1, 2, 3. Now what pissed me off about this ending was that I know Charlotte's arm had been targeted through the whole match, and that's probably the card they're going to play. Oh well, her arm was injured, that's why she didn't kick out. But I'm not being funny, but Charlotte is probably the best woman in WWE at the moment. She's very talented, she's very athletic, she's just all round, a great competitor. And for her to lose the way she did, I think is pretty shit. I think it made her look weak. I think it made her look pathetic. And I just don't think it was the right ending for for that match. Between two great competitors to end it in such a weak way. Because not only does it make Charlotte look weak for losing that way, it makes Becky Lynch look weak for winning the championship that way. And it doesn't make her look like she's proved anything. It doesn't make her look like she's proved all the doubters wrong and proved Charlotte wrong and that she's better than Charlotte. It doesn't prove that at all. All it proved was that Becky got lucky, basically. So it kind of pissed me off, the ending of that match. Really did piss me off. Not, as I said, not because Becky won, but because of everything I've just said. So for that reason, I would have given the match about a 7 out of 10 had it not been for that ending. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, only literally because of that ending, because I fucking hated it and I thought it was just annoying. So the next match we have is the Raw Tag Team Championship match, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Now, I thought McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler were going to win this match. I didn't think they were going to lose the Tag Team Championships this early into their title reign. So I was predicting they were going to win. And to be honest, it was an amazing match. But I kind of thought it was going to be, because they're all four of them are great competitors. So. But it was just amazing, and in a way it kind of made it look like either team could win. But in the end, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre ended up winning. Basically, Rollins went for a Falcon Arrow at the end. He does a superplex and then goes for a Falcon Arrow. Well, Drew McIntyre came in from nowhere, did the Claymore kick to Rollins after he'd done the superplex, and he was going for the Falcon Arrow, the second suplex where he picks him and slams him in front of him, and yeah, Drew McIntyre hit him with a Claymore kick and Dolph Ziggler pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. Now, it was an amazing match, not taken away from it at all. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Best match of the night, hands down. So, that was that match. Nothing really pissed me off about that match. I predicted that Dolph and Drew were going to win. I really don't like them two. I think they're annoying, they're boring. I just don't, boring. Not in the ring. I think they're pretty good in the ring. It's just the whole kind of, the whole kind of setup with it is just boring now. It's been going on for too long. I think they should just break up and go their separate ways, because I think Drew McIntyre deserves a singles run. I don't think he should be someone's lackey. And even though he says he's not Dolph Ziggler's lackey, he really is Dolph Ziggler's lackey, because Dolph Ziggler's got him there for a specific reason, that if he wins the singles championship again, he's there so he can. Drew's there to help Dolph retain. That is Drew's main job. But anyway, next match, WWE Championship match, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. So, this one was a great match. I don't like Samoa Joe, not because he's a heel. I think he's boring. I don't think I can't say he's not great in the ring, because he is, but I just think he's really boring. He just bores me. But anyway, it was a great match, I have to say. I give it a 7 out of 10. So basically, this match kind of ended in it did end in controversy. Basically, Styles was in the Coquina clutch. He reversed, because he was standing up, and then he reversed it so that Samoa Joe's shoulders were down. Samoa Joe got pinned for the 3, but what he didn't see, because the camera angle didn't. I can't remember if the camera angle showed it at first or if they showed it after in replays. But basically, what the ref didn't see was when he was counting the 3 at 2. When he got to 2, AJ Styles was tapping on Samoa Joe's shoulder. Samoa Joe thought he'd won. The ref didn't see it, so he awarded AJ Styles the match. Obviously, understandably, Samoa Joe not very happy about that. He was very, very annoyed, and obviously there's going to be another match between them. In fact, it's going to be a no disqualification, no count out match, so there has to be a winner. Anyway, that's going to be a Super Showdown. So yeah, that's it was a good match. 7 out of 10. Bit of a shitty ending. I was hoping the Samoa Joe AJ Styles rivalry was going to be over at Hell in a Cell, but obviously not. So the next match is The Miz and Maurice versus Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. Now another match that pissed me off. Not because that anything really, anything, there was not because there was any cheating or anything like that. It just pissed me off in general because Daniel Bryan lost again, and I don't think he should be losing as often as he is. I think he should be winning. I'm not saying he should win all the time. I just think he should be winning more often than what he currently is. Anyway, basically, I'd give the match probably a 6 out of 10. It ended with Maurice rolling up Brie Bella, and yeah, that was it. The Miz and Maurice ended up getting the win. Now, obviously, there's going to be another match between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Maybe it's Super Showdown. I don't know because didn't see SmackDown or Raw from last week, so I have no idea what went on the SmackDown. I'll get up to speed when I watch Raw and SmackDown this week. But yeah, so yeah, it was a great match. Ended in a bit of a shitty way with just a roll up, but it is what it is. A bit annoyed that Daniel Bryan lost again, but whatever. So that was that. So then we have our second to last match, Raw Women's Championship match between Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss. Now, it was more of a competitive match at Hell in a Cell than it was at SummerSlam, mainly because of the rib injury that Alexa Bliss caused Ronda Rousey to have on the Monday Night Raw before Hell in a Cell. Now, basically, Alexa Bliss, attacked the ribs the whole match. It looked as if Alexa Bliss was possibly going to win, and then all of a sudden, Ronda Rousey, she pulls that "you fucked up" face, and then she fucking went ape shit at Alexa and ended up winning. Now, I'd give the match a solid 7 out of 10. It was a good match, more competitive than SummerSlam, but it ended with the right winner. Anyway, so we have our final match, Hell in a Cell match for the Universal Championship between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman with Mick Foley as the guest referee. Now, we all knew Drew, Dolph, Seth and Dean were all going to get involved. We all knew that was going to happen, and it did. The match, it was okay up until that point. I'd say it was probably about a 5 out of 10 at that point. And then Drew, Dolph, Seth, Dean came out, and that made the match a hell of a lot better. They all ended up on the top of the cell, and I thought at one point, it's 20 years since Mick Foley was thrown off the top of the cell. Is that going to be recreated here? Because they're all on top. They're all 4 of them are crazy bastards. One of them going to end up being thrown off the top. I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I was like 50-50 with it, because I was like, at one side I was thinking, well, it's the 20th anniversary of that happening. Yes, it could happen. It would be perfect to commemorate the 20th anniversary of it for someone else to get thrown off the top. But then on the other half of it, I was thinking, well, it's not safe enough to do it. They wouldn't do it. Well, it is safe. Well, no, it's not safe enough to do it. Not these days. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do something that dangerous these days. So I was like, will it not? And then it ended up being, if you remember the Hell in a Cell match between Dean and Seth a few years ago, the same kind of thing happened. Dolph and Seth were on the side of the cell. They were trying to hit each other off, and then they both ended up crashing through announce tables. That pushed the match up to about a 7 out of 10 with all that went on, and then it went all the way back down to a 5 out of 10 because the Brock Lesnar returned. Who cares? Who actually cares that he returned? I don't care. Okay, yeah, it was okay, yeah, WWE probably were like, well, yeah, well, it was, you know, you didn't expect it. It was unexpected. You know, that's what we're all about. You know, doing things unexpectedly. Okay, yeah, it was unexpected, but it wasn't a good unexpected. It was a bad unexpected. As soon as I heard it, you were like, oh, for fuck's sake, Brock, just fuck off. Go back to UFC. Do what you want to do in UFC, and just fuck off away from WWE. No one cares about him in WWE anymore. He's hardly there. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't respect the WWE. He's only there for money, and that is it. And that's why he wants the Universal Championship, because when he's got the Universal Championship, he earns more money. And that's why he wants it. He doesn't want it because he thinks it's prestigious or anything like that. He just wants it because it makes him more money. It pissed me off majorly that he returned. I didn't care for it. I didn't want it to happen, but it did. And he came in, he kicked the Hell in a Cell door in, he F5'd Braun and Roman, and it went to a no contest. And now we have at Crown Jewel, this other pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia that WWE are going to be doing, a triple threat match between Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. And I swear to God, if Brock Lesnar wins that fucking match, I'm going to go fucking apeshit. I might possibly stop watching WWE, because what is the point, right, of having a champion that is never there? The Universal Championship is the most most prestigious belt on Raw. It's the one that everybody wants. It's the main title. So to have it off Raw for half of the year in total, if you think about it, it's not good. And to have only a select few Universal Championship matches on select pay-per-views during the year, again, not good. So I don't know. I'm very skeptical for that match. I'm very skeptical that they're going to have him win it back. I don't want that to happen. I'd even be happy if Braun won it, even though I'm not. He just bores me now, Braun, with all this get these hands and stuff like that. And this heel turn, I thought, oh, this would be good for him. This might freshen him up. No, it's not. He's still boring. But anyway, yeah, so I give the match about a 5 out of 10. You know, the whole Drew, Dolph, Gene, Seth thing was really good. The match wasn't that great before that, and then it wasn't great after it because Brock Lesnar returned. It was 5 out of 10. Ended in a really shit way, and yeah, that's your Hell in a Cell review. I give the whole pay-per-view on a whole, because I don't think it was a great pay-per-view. You know, there was a couple of good matches, but all told, it weren't a great pay-per-view. So I would say I would give it about a 6 out of 10 altogether. I mean, you know, I know there's going to be people out there that disagree with me and say it was a great pay-per-view. I mean, I watched a YouTuber yesterday. I was watching his reaction to Brock Lesnar returning, and then when the pay-per-view ended, he said, "What a great pay-per-view." No, it wasn't a great pay-per-view in my opinion. It could have been so much better. They could have done so much more with it. But there we are. It's just one of those things. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this WWE review with Tom Burns. I will be back in the week to do a Raw review for next week's Raw, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see if you want more Raw reviews like this, or if you want more reaction videos from me, hit the subscription button down below. I will be recording some new reaction videos very soon, probably tomorrow. So keep an eye out for them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Raw review, and I will see you in the next video. I will see you. I don't want to say see you in the next video because that's what Markiplier says. So I'll just say I forgot my fucking outro. Yeah, I will see you soon. Bye bye.